I'm sorry. That's just my rule. And maybe I will have them postponed. Sorry, that was my fault.
Can we keep that more? Okay. What was that taken?
I wrote it from the previous one. I don't know without looking, so. No, I didn't. I added that myself. That was my error.
Before it happens. That's right.
Is there a motion to approve claims?
I'll make a motion to approve claims.
Second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. All right, set date and time for primary election canvass, June 13th.
We have till noon to get ballots back in the mail that can be counted. However, our mail is usually here by 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So anytime after 9:30 or 10 o'clock would be my suggestion for
Okay.
you to set the canvass for the 13th.
All right, so is there a motion to that effect?
It's Monday, a week from today.
Okay. So, coming in time,
I would say anytime after 10, you should have the mail processed.
so 10:30,
That's fine.
That'll work.
move to approve 10:30 is the time for canvass in the primary election. On June 15th.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Approval of the safety manual, volume 1, reversions and new hazardous program.
Yeah, we've, brought it to committee, spent time revising it after, going some classes, getting some re-education on that, and, it was time, kind of make some major revisions, should review the policy every year. And then, after brought to committee, made changes, put it back out, got a couple more changes, mostly, spelling and whatnot, so. The hazard communication program was pretty much revamped, it really wasn't all inclusive, it explains everything and procedures.
All right,
And then, I hadn't got anything back after the last set of revisions, so.
all
Is
right.
that the whole manual?
No, that's just volume
That's just
one.
Volume one, okay.
Volume two is, more descriptive, that's about 100
Right.
pages long.
Got everything, Garrison?
Yep, that's it, did shrink it down a little bit, so it's hopefully just a little better.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the safety manual?
I'll make a motion to approve the safety manual, volume 1, with the revisions and hazardous communications program.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Okay, adopt and approve public comment policy.
And I'm thinking they might wanna table that, if you want to look it over and revise it. I gave you a copy of what I had gathered from some other counties, and I also shared it with the group. But
I think that'd be a good idea, don't you?
it's up to you.
Dan, can I ask a question? Excuse me, we received a piece of paper here with the policy change on it, and on the bottom, it already had your votes. as approval. And we'd like to know when that decision was made and when those votes were made, because we were at your last meeting, and there was nothing on that agenda.
Again, that was my error. I usually kind of try to shorten up my note taking and to help me take them. I filled that in and I shouldn't have. That was my error. I apologize for it, but that was my error. It wasn't them. They had asked me to
So
research.
you're assuming that they were voting yes?
I assumed that, yes, I did. And then if it's different, then I make that change in my handwritten notes, which is what, that sheet is out of my handwritten notes. I will change it. That's my assumption.
Did those three vote on the?
Table that to next week.
No,
Yes.
no.
Larry hadn't even seen it.
Larry just now has
He
seen
just now
it,
seen it.
so,
We'll table it till
Is
next
there,
week.
is there a reason, you know, the public, if they see this, you know, like I just saw that, are wondering when you made that decision? And when did you make the decision to implement this type of policy?
But you're not understanding what we do.
Yes, I understand
When we-
exactly what Laura said.
Laura said, she writes down their name and then she checks them off. We do it on our list. We write the names, we check them off. Yes, if not, then you mark through them.
They shouldn't be checked until they vote.
But that is how she keeps records.
that's just my
That's
personal
just her
notes.
personal way to do it. We do it a lot of times with our paperwork, so we can just check off and say yes, because we're trying to take notes, with all of you making comments, and it's kind of hard for us. We're scribbling, and then, yep, we did that, yep, we did that. So it has absolutely nothing to do with them, because he never even seen it.
This is not a checklist though, this is a vote. It
Right.
said Faircloth
We know.
aye,
We know,
Vest aye.
we know, that's how we do, that is how
That
we
is
do it.
my-
So you just
error.
assume they're all in favor of it.
No.
All you do is mark it off.
If they don't say I mark it and
You
put
mark
name,
it
it's
off and you write what they say down at the bottom. That's our way of keeping track of everything.
You might wanna change it.
I definitely will. I was just showing you my notes so that you could be aware of what they were discussing and have a copy of it. And those are my personal notes, those are not their notes, they have not looked at it until today. I
Right.
gathered information from other counties and put that together for them to look at and make comments on,
Okay,
so.
but I hope you can understand our
Yep.
point of view when we're sitting here and you hand us something and it shows us that they've already voted.
Yes, I realize that, and that is my error, I apologize, I will not do it that way anymore. I was just trying to be upfront and honest and show you what they were going to possibly take action on.
We very much appreciate that.
Yes, so
And after reading that, it's very vague policy, so,
that's why it's vague, so that they can
Mhm.
discuss it and add on to it, but,
okay.
I was just trying to gather some examples from other counties, kinda threw them together, they can make it more specific, that's just my first draft of it, my information gathering, and that was my error to put on the bottom that they had voted. Did somebody read it to us?
We would like
Please.
this back.
Could you read the policy,
You wanna like me to read it? Board. From the board?
one of them,
Okay.
so it could be over the microphone?
You might want to turn the microphone on there, Bill.
Okay, resolution 66/2022A. Whereas there is a need to allow public comments at the board of supervisors meetings and to limit the time used to present remarks to allow for others to speak also. Therefore be it resolved that the Tama County Board of Supervisors approve the following public comment. The Board of Supervisors welcomes comments from the public during the public comments time at the beginning of the meeting. You are requested to approach the microphone if available, state your name for the record, and limit the time used to present your remarks in order that others may be given the opportunity to speak. You are allowed to record, tape, and photograph any open session.
I believe we should table that until next week.
Yep, you guys can look at it, add to it. I will no longer do the notation on the bottom
All
or
right.
anything.
Want a motion for that?
Yes, please.
Move to table the resolution, public comment resolution until next week, which should be 13th.
Yes.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Any other business, Laura?
No, I think you've covered everything.
Okay, all right.
Okay, we'll go ahead and adjourn you at 9:46.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for being here today.
I'll get mine over.
Well, not like we're in a hurry this morning.
Monday, 10:30.
Sheriff, did you get mine in anyway?
Indicated.
They don't need to.
Good morning. Didn't even get to see you this morning.
Snuck in,
I know. Were you running behind?
We're gonna do the engineering office at 10 for that.
Do you wanna do it there, or do you wanna do it at my office?
Sure.
Well, let's do it at my office, cause I already have Zoom set up, and I sent out the invite. So, you just wanna come down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is at 10, isn't it? Alright, I'm going with you, sister. No, Larry, it's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Okay, alright, cool.
We don't have
No.
No, it's Heartland renewal stuff. Alright.
All right. You got,
you
Thursday
need
night landfill. Thursday night landfill. Probably.
Okay, that'll teach you.
Okay. I'll be there.
Right?
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it was nice.
So then we hammered down, we're going.
They're